Right, good morning, good morning. Welcome back. Now, what I want to continue with again is GCSE mathematics, and here today we're going to look at decimals. Okay, decimals. Let me just make sure we got it on screen. Okay, decimals. Okay, and this here is unit section 5. Okay, now the reason why I'm pointing this out is because I've done section 4, and you'll see that section 4 is to do with fractions. And it's important that you acquire the skills from that section 4 and you apply to section 5 or to unit 5 if you prefer, okay, because they have a link, and it is important that you develop your mathematical skills inch by inch by inch. Okay, no excuse for not knowing it. Okay, let me just make sure that you can see what we're doing. Okay, thank you. Now this is what we're going to be looking at: decimals, the 4 rules, decimal currency, and salaries. Okay, those are hopefully the outcomes. And again here, please do not use a calculator for this unit. Okay, that's a whole number, that's a whole number, that's a whole number, that's a whole number, that's a fraction, 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 or decimal, decimal, decimal. Now let me just get my pen, because I want to do a little bit of work here with you if I can. Let me see. Let me go pink. I'll go pink. Some of you guys might like a little bit of pink. Okay. So if I took this here and to bring it to a decimal, I would need to actually just to divide the 1 by 10. So here I would just put the 1 and divide it by 10. 10 into 1 I can't. Okay. Okay, 10 into 1 I can't. Okay. That gives me a 0 here. Okay. 0 and a decimal point. Because I put in a decimal point, I then have to add a 0 here. Small 0. 10 into 10 goes once. So the answer here equals 0.1. Okay, and that is your correct answer. Okay, now I'm doing this here in the first stage because here it's just to give you the foundation of the work that you will need to be doing yourself. Okay, and I'm taking the time now to do this because it's important that you understand the concept behind it. This one here we're going to look at. Okay, also, and let me see if I've got enough space. So let me take him out to here. Okay, and we will say 1 divided by 100 1 into 100 into 1 you can't. Okay, 0 can't. 0 decimal point, because you've just tried to divide into the whole, it doesn't go. Okay, add a 0. 110 does not go. you add a 0 there, okay. Before you add a 0 here, you have also put a 0 here. 100 into 100 goes 1. So the answer equals 0.01. Okay. And that is decimal. Okay. This one here you can do yourself. Let me just change my pen color a little bit. This one here you can do yourself, okay? And I'll leave that one for you to have a mingle on. Okay. Now, the numbers before decimal point are whole numbers, either ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. According to the place where the number is written. The numbers after the decimal point are parts of a whole number and are called decimal fractions, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc., etc. You have just completed a chapter of fractions, and the knowledge you have on these can be used to help you understand decimals. Yes, I've done section 4, as I've said before earlier. Section 4, you have section 4 in regards to fractions. Okay, so if you look at 4 and you've done 4, this should become a walk in the park. Okay. Okay, so here what we're looking at here now, we have 12 and 3/10 equals 12.3. 12.3. Okay, now here let's make sure that we got this. That's the whole number, that's the whole. That's the whole, okay? The 12. And that part, the 3/10, is the decimal part. So when you divide 3 by 10, and that's what we're going to do here, we're going to divide 3 divided by 10. 10 into 3 you can't, okay? 0 goes there. Decimal point, and a 0 goes here, okay? So 10 into 30 goes 3 times, okay? Therefore equals to 12.3, and that is how we get our answer here. That is this. Now we haven't got a 0. You don't need to put in the 0.3 in this case here, because it's important that you understand that the 12 has replaced that, so this is only a fraction of the whole, so therefore that 0 will not be relevant in this case. The decimal point is the acting part of that. The 2 would replace that, because this 12 becomes the whole part. That is your fraction part, and that's what you need to bear in mind and remember, that you're dealing with a fraction or a decimal if you prefer. Here, same thing applies, okay? I won't do this again for you because you should not be able to follow that simple process and apply it. It's going to be 2 and 0.3. Here, okay, 3/10 is simply 3.3. okay, and that is that. That's 1306.1. 1306.1, and that's what that is saying here, and that is that here, okay, same thing there, okay. So we got 1110.1. These are whole numbers, these are fractions or decimals when you convert them to decimals, okay. Here we have, what's this number here? 1024, 23 over 100 point 1024.23, okay. Now again here you will simply divide the 23. Again you will apply this process of dividing the, let me put in a bracket here, okay. Simply divide 23 by 100, okay. Okay, and that would give you 0, and you have to put a point because 100 into 23 cannot go, so you have a 0 there. 100 into 23 goes twice. Remainder 30. One hundred into 30 cannot go, so you have to add a 0. Okay. 100 into 300 goes 3 times. And you can see that's where we get our 0.23 from. Okay, so now this is now this area here, okay. And that's what that becomes, okay. Now the rest is for you to follow on from and to do yourselves. Okay, here we have that. Okay, again, look at how that's been done. Look at the conversion. Okay, that there is also that. Okay, all that there is that. Bring it into play. Do the work, write it out, use old-fashioned pen and paper. There's nothing wrong in doing that. Get it done. Now be very careful in putting numbers in columns, as the value of each column is different. The position of the number gives it its value. Now be very careful in truth when you put a number into column, because that is not always the case. If I make a column, if I created a column like this for instance, I could then say units. Units, tens, hundreds, and so forth, okay. Now units, tens, hundreds, thousands, okay. Now I'm just looking at this to see that if that make sure I put it in a way. Now remember, you have to adapt your style of learning as well, okay? That is important. So you need to understand the concept. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm looking at it from a perspective of your perception, okay? But units, tens, hundreds, thousands. Now you've done this at school, okay? Months and months ago, okay? Okay. Example, 30 means 3/10. So if I wanted 30, I would put 3/10 here. Okay. 3.4 means 3 ones and 4/10. Okay. Three would be 3 units. Okay. And somewhere past that I would have gone to a decimal point, 0.4. Okay. And again, 0.06 means 600ths or 6/100ths. Okay. But I'm looking at this from the perspective of whole numbers. Okay, so you need to look at that for yourself and interpret this in your own mannerism. Okay, now this is not represented on my graph. I'm looking purely at the units, tens and hundreds, and I should actually have a look for myself. 1 second. Will my camera stand up by itself? Hang on a second, let me just see if my camera will stand up by itself for a moment. Is there something I want to look at to go and see to show? Bear with me for a second. Back in a second. Hang on. Bear with me for a second. I don't want my camera to fall. You know, you can never rely on these things to do what you want them to do, ever. Back in a second. Hang on a second. Okay, so I was trying to look for something to tell me, to show me a different perception of it, but I'm not finding what I want quite. I've seen something which is quite useful, but I'm not finding what I want. Let me just see. Okay. I've got to show you this because what I'm trying to do is just make sure that it's relevant to what I'm trying to get across. And yeah, come on. And the funny thing is, you know, I looked at it the other day as well. That's what I'm looking for. Now, if you look, hang on, can I get this on here? Oh, sorry. Yes, okay. Now that's what I'm looking at, right? So you can see from my writing on the screen, I've put it the wrong way around. Now I'm not going to rectify that, but I'll rectify it now at the bottom. So you can see that units, 10, 100,000, I've put it in the wrong order. Now I don't mind making mistakes, okay? I'm an old man now, so I'm allowed to make mistakes, as much mistakes as I like. But you can see that it is important to put your units in the right order and sequence, and this is something that you need to understand for your own style of learning to make sure you've got it in the right order. So let's now put it into the right order, okay? And this is just to show you how it is done. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me just get reorganized. I had to readjust my book to them for a moment. Okay. For a second. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back to there. Now we know that that sequence of order is incorrect. It should be the other way around. Okay. So let's change the color now, so I can get a new color in. Okay. And we can put in the correct sequence of order. And it should actually be, if you're going to do columns, then you're going to do columns in units, tens, hundreds, okay? That will be units. And how much, let me see what I looked at before. Make sure that it's a forward sequence. Be units, tens, hundreds, well, capital H, okay? And let's go across a little bit more. And thousands, TH, okay? Now I'm not, you can see here I put it the incorrect way around, okay? I have no problem making mistakes and errors, but it's to rectifying them, and that is would be your correct process, okay? Right, so you can see that it is important that you develop your own style of learning. I'm not going to eradicate that or remove it. I'm going to leave my mistakes in, because what it does, it shows that I make mistakes too, and it's how you rectify those mistakes that matters. Okay. Okay, copy out the headings on your paper, then write these fractions as decimals using the columns to help you. Okay. Okay, but these are for you to be doing yourselves. Conversion of decimals to fractions. Okay. Okay, nothing for me to say here for you to know. Okay, these are for you to do. Okay, yourselves. Okay, and again, convert these decimals to fractions. Okay. And look at how the fractions are written. Okay, addition and subtraction of decimals. Okay, should be written like this, and that's how you should write them out in order to add them up to make them correct. Yeah, that would correct. So keep that in mind, please. Okay, at all times. For you to be doing. Okay, the multiplication of decimals. The multiplication of decimals. Use the same method as for long multiplication, ignoring the decimal point in the multiplying out. The decimal point is put into position at the end of the sum. And here you have your example. It's written 67 times 2 for instance equals 134. There's one figure after the decimal point in the question. So there must be only one after the point in the answer. So the answer to this example is 13.4. Okay. And look at the example again here. Okay. Take it out, look at it, make sure that you understand the concepts of it, and you're dealing with this here in regards to this. Okay. And you'll see that there's 2 decimal points here. Okay. So the answer is here. Okay. Now I don't need to read this out to you because you can read this for yourself now. Okay. I made it big enough to be seen and to be read. And again, same thing here. Look for these examples, do them, write them out, pen and paper. Sorry about that, my hand just slipped off the paper screen. Okay. Multiplying a number by 10. Okay. Again, use the example, write it out in pen and paper. Do not try to do it on screen. Okay. And then you can begin to see and apply your own method of learning. Okay. Okay, and here you have your examples. Look at the examples here. Okay, it shows you how to do it. Write it out. Do not try to be a smart butt and try to do it off screen. Oh, I'm a clever boy, I can do it in my head. No, most things are not done. Good mathematics takes time to work out and interpret and to understand. And remember, you're not just doing it for now, you have to be able to do the same thing year on year, basically. Okay? And so forth. Okay, now don't need to read this out to you. You can read it for yourselves. Okay, they're quite clear. I'm hoping that they are. They should be big enough. Okay. Division of decimals. Okay. All right. And again, follow the example. Okay. I'm just going to outline that there for you. Okay. Look at the examples. Apply them. Okay. I'm not going to do anything further for you now, and you can see the answer. Yes, you arrive at your answer solutions here. Okay. For those of you who cannot identify the answers, sorry about that. No, I'm not too keen on things looking neat and tidy. They're not all so natural. Okay. And here you have your example. And you have your answer. Make sure you understand how to arrive at the answer. Okay? That's for you to be doing. Okay, again here I'm purely just going for this now because this is the process now. You've simply been applying before, so you're now simply now having to implement it in a different strategy. And here we have some answers, okay? And some more exercises for you to do. Okay, I hope you found this useful. Have a good day, and just let me go back to make sure that I've got everything on screen, okay, in view. Okay. Okay, look like everything is in frame. Okay, just to make sure that when I come to replay it, I'm not just missed out some pages or had the camera turned the wrong way. Okay, thank you. We're here. Okay, thank you. I hope you have had a good day. And please make sure that you utilize pen and paper to enable your understanding. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.